This viral moment from one of the Wicked interviews was everywhere on my timeline for the last couple of weeks. This woman at Out magazine let Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo know that a lot of people are taking the lyrics from Defying Gravity in the movie, and they're really holding space for that and holding power in that. And at the time, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo behaved as if they knew exactly what that nonsense phrase meant. They just revealed in a new interview with Variety that they were pretending the whole time to understand what it meant. Not only that, but they were pretending that they felt really strongly about it, like to the point where they were breaking into tears once again. It's been countless times so far that they have been absolutely verklempt in these interviews, but this is hilarious to me because, you know, it shows exactly why you shouldn't respect these people and you should not hold space for these people. Yeah. They're pretending to feel strongly about this movie in all of their interviews.
It would have been one thing if they were just like, oh, that's so nice, thank you.
Yeah, just, I don't know, or like ask for clarification. But instead what they did is they sat there and they were like, that's so powerful. I'm gonna cry. Like,
words don't mean anything.
They were pretending the whole time.
This is one of those things where one of the things I complain about the most is the word vomit. Which is most of what it is in Hollywood. I think it's just because we don't experience it as much as other people do, which is like we read a lot of interviews and we see a lot of like magazine op-eds and things like that where you're encouraged to be as verbose as possible. And one of the hallmarks of like modern day Marxist ideology is that it's a lot of big words that don't really add up to a whole lot of anything. And they use it a lot in politics these days. Certainly that's most of what Kamala Harris's campaign was, just a lot of just words thrown together. No meaning whatsoever. Nothing.
With a lot of feelings and a lot of vibes. Yeah. So that's what we're saw
just
in that
operating
interview.
On vibes. Are we playing this clip? Or are we gonna?
Yeah. I want to show this is them admitting the Wicked cast had no idea what holding space meant.
Yep. I've seen it. Yeah.
That's really powerful.
Mm-hmm. See, even there, she's like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
Wow.
That's really powerful.
I did that this thing was going on. I didn't know that was happening.
So I didn't know what any part of it meant.
That's really powerful.
I didn't understand the first sentence.
I've seen this week people are taking the lyrics of Defying Gravity and really holding space with that and feeling power in that.
And then I definitely didn't understand.
You know what it reminds me of? Stepping into your confidence.
Exactly.
That's what it is. It's all a bunch of bullshit that doesn't mean anything. Pardon my language.
Understand what was happening, how you responded. I was like, oh, what did she say? What did you?
Somebody in the chat says, what is she wearing? I'm here for the outfit though. Like I wish I had some jeans to pull that outfit off. Are you kidding me?
Here, and I just wanted to be there because I knew something big was happening, and I didn't know how to be there.
So she grabbed Cynthia Erivo's finger.
But then after a while, I didn't know how to be there.
Yeah.
Wait, it's not playing?
Was it, did it stop?
Why?
Pause. Hold, please. Well, it's, go ahead, keep going. I'm going to see if I can.
She didn't know how to hold space.
She did not know how to hold space.
Well, I just think it's funny because they pretend like they're bursting into tears out of sheer joy and true emotional depth about this movie and what it means to the fans, when in reality,
because it's all fake.
Like they were faking.
Yeah, it's all fake. Look,
is it playing now?
we can see if we can pick back up here. Here you go.
Yeah.
She's tapping.
She said something that meant something to her.
Me,
it meant something totally different to you.
Yes.
And then she tried to kind of get somewhere else.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing was, I remember in the moment asking myself, am I okay? Did I not hear something? And I was like, am I?
I'm with her on this. Like, this happens a lot of the time when we're reading stuff to me, but actually, where I'm like, did I?
No, everyone's had a moment like that.
I mean, that's me pretty much every day.
But most of the time, it's because you didn't hear them, not because you didn't understand them. If you didn't understand it, just ask. But they didn't.
Well, I have a rule.
They just played along.
I have a rule. 3. I'll ask what 3 times. After that, I'm just playing along.
You're just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Totally.
much. Yeah.
I was like, 'cause
Word.
she looks like she's about to cry again, and I'm gonna grab this because I think you might need something.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the tapping was about, but that happened.
Tension.
That happened.
Tension.
Yeah, that happened. I was like, oh shit, something's happening.
She had said that she was
Stimming.
because she was in queer media.
You know, I am in queer media.
And I was like, I honestly didn't know
like, same.
what that meant. And am I also in queer media?
Yeah.
Maybe?
I mean, it was a magazine called Out.
Right.
I think she's kind of lying here. I think she doesn't know what that means. Now it feels like she's playing to the camera for this one.
Exactly.
Like now she's just.
Now you're playing it cool.
Yeah.
You're
like,
playing it
This
off.
is the opposite. I think she's lying here.
We are great.
What? Let's both be there.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I just am glad. I feel really relieved that the world had the same experience
Yeah.
with this moment that I did, because I felt like, oh, I'm not broken.
But I do love how the world has like gone with it.
Okay.
So they're kind of having a moment where they're saving face at this point because it was so deeply embarrassing for them that they really, this is a hallmark of the theater kids, that they take themselves way too seriously. But it also calls back to a different time in Hollywood where celebrities weren't the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
People still kind of did take them at their word, and they were out of touch unabashedly.
Yeah.
And that was fine because we didn't really consider them to be human beings. They were just performers. So maybe it's like weirdly a return to form for Hollywood, for celebrities to get back to this affect.
You mean
You
like
know?
the audience response to all of this?
Like they're acting like they don't have social media.
Yeah.
They're acting like they don't know that anyone is clowning on them.
Yeah.
You know, which I find a little bit refreshing in a weird way. But obviously it did snowball into a whole lot of memes, which is great to see.
And it's about as inoffensive as something like this can be
Yeah.
on the press tour.
Everyone can appreciate it.
If we're talking about all of the other things that were said, whether it was all the stuff about oppression and all of the stuff about that Cynthia Erivo is going on about, this might be the most inoffensive of all of the things. Like I said, the best thing that Barbie had going for it was the meme cycle for it was perfectly in line with helping build a sense of fun around the movie, because it was such a patently insane thing to look at a picture of Barbie blowing up a nuclear weapon.
You know what's silly? They just announced the list of Variety actors on actors.
Yeah,
and
I was looking at it.
They put Cillian Murphy and Margot Robbie together last year when Barbie came out. And now they're putting Ariana Grande and Paul Mescal together for Variety actors on actors because Glicked.
Yeah.
You can't make it happen. You can't force it.
manufacture it.
No one is interested.
Oh, I saw the other one the other day. Holy crap. There's another one. I'll have to come back to it. There's a really funny one coming out like next week. I'll find it later. It's
Okay.
It's better.
Also,
but,
I wanted to share this. New York City's gay men's chorus took the lyrics of Defying Gravity and held space for that.
please.
Really holding space with that, and feeling power in that. Really holding space with that. I've seen it on a couple posts. I don't know how I spread, but you know I am in. Really holding space with media, so really holding space with that, and feeling power in that.
Lyrics of Defying Gravity and really holding space with that and feeling power in that.
I didn't know that.
So
that was happening.
I guess what we found out is that words just don't mean anything
They don't mean
anymore.
anything. No, this is one of these things that I deal with on a daily basis in this job. Is like I read stuff and I'm like, do what language not mean anything to anyone anymore?
Yes.
And it's infuriating.
Yes.
Yeah. Like the best thing you could possibly do in the space would be to just speak as plainly as possible.
Well, now there's going to be merch, holding space t-shirts.
Yeah.
You know, we're all holding space for holding space.
To be fair, somebody did leave a comment on like a video recently where they said I was too chatty for a dude. I was like, it's literally my job.
Too chatty for a dude.
Dude, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's the point of like a show where you talk to talk.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's a podcast.
I get it. Like,
it's a podcast.
yeah. I don't know. Language doesn't mean anything anymore, and everybody writes as if they're putting out flowery prose for everyone to read, when in reality the classics are long gone.
It's not just that. Words don't mean anything anymore, but the takeaway from this is that these people are embarrassing, and you should not take them seriously.
No, you shouldn't.
When you watch these interviews, like, you're watching a clown show. You should not take them at their word. They obviously take themselves seriously because they're theater kids, but they are clowns. Yeah. They are glorified clowns.
Words to live by.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.